Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, we've got some rumours about Doctor Who. The rumours of it being cancelled are still swarming around. The rumours don't seem to have gotten any substantiation, but they do seem to have advanced a bit. Now, supposedly they have torn down the sets. They apparently have filmed Ncuti's regeneration scene, and he is basically going off to Hollywood to do other things. So he's moved on. And Russell T Davies apparently has moved on to producing and or writing another TV series. And it looks as though they already know Disney's decision, although Disney officially is saying, and they're officially saying that they're not going to make a decision about season 3 until season 2 is aired. And it hasn't aired yet, obviously, they're still finishing it. But apparently there were reshoots, which doesn't look good. Now, the show that Russell T Davies is going on with is interesting. It's a show called Tiptoe, and it's about some neighbours, straight and gay, and it's about how things are getting worse and things that we didn't think we had to deal with, old prejudices and misinformation, and that things we didn't think we'd have to deal with, things we felt we'd resolved and moved past with equality and everything, and now coming back and being misrepresented and misinformation and all this stuff. And it's going to focus on a war between these two neighbours who it's being, it's based on, one of them being gay, one of them being straight. And it looks interesting. It's been done by, I think, the same people, or at least the same channel that did the original Queer as Folk, which he was involved in. So that's interesting. So it looks like he's moved on, looks like Ncuti's moved on. It looks like they already know that they're not going to continue on. So whether or not the show is shelved because the BBC doesn't have the money to produce it, or whether they just produce a cheaper version of the show, which will feel like a step backwards, but as long as the stories are good, I don't think anyone's going to care. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, where the information is coming from, that they've torn down the sets and they've filmed the regeneration scene, and that Ncuti's moved on and Russell T Davies has moved on. There did seem to be a statement about the new show being produced, but it's quite possible for a producer to do work on more than one show. So it doesn't mean he's moved on from Doctor Who. Actors is a bit different. They can only really be at one place at one time doing one role, usually. We've had a lot of scheduling problems, whereas producers, they can be working on multiple projects. So I don't know what it means, but it's curious, mostly because I'm curious about this new show, because I just watched his remake of the American Queer as Folk, which was one season. It was awful. It was just unlikable characters doing just tedious, horrible things, and it was all negative and victim culture and just tragedy without any hope or optimism. And he's saying, we're in this place now, everything's dark and horrible, and I just feel like I need to comment on that. And I'm like, really? Because I feel like you've already done that, and we already live in that. We don't need to revel in it. Can you give us some positive role models, some positive stories, some hope, something to look forward to? Can you represent the good side of our community, not just the side that's suffering from all of this? I'm not sure if this new show is going to be anything anyone wants, because no one wanted the new Queer as Folk. No one watched it. It was cancelled before it even got through the 8 episodes, I think, and that's all it got. One season, 8 episodes was done. So yeah, no definitive word on anything with the show, but it sounds like things are moving on and the show's not going to go forward. But it could just be, people, adding little flourishes to the rumour to make it seem more realistic and seem more believable. Who knows? I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I haven't seen Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor Who, and I'm really annoyed. I got Stan, and they've got season 1 to 12 or 13 or something. They don't have the Ncuti Gatwa episodes. They just have the modern Who ones, none of the classic ones and none of the newest ones. So it's like, well, I've seen those ones. I've got all those ones on DVD. I want to see the new show or the old show. So I'm not getting anything from there. So, yeah, so I don't know what to think of the whole Doctor Who situation. I don't know if he's a good doctor. I don't know if the show's any good. I have the Jodie Whittaker seasons on DVD, but I haven't watched them. I watched a couple of the specials, and she wasn't that interesting, but she wasn't as bad as everyone was saying. She was just kind of there. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. I hope they don't cancel the show, but it's going to be hard once you've sort of had Disney putting in more money and having a bigger budget and more range and everything, with sets and what you can do, to sort of go back to sort of the old sort of Doctor Who, where they don't really have a lot of money for anything and they just sort of very intelligent stories told mostly through people standing around with minimal, sets and makeup. But I think, frankly, people enjoyed that than the newer shows. So maybe it is better to just go back to what worked, which is just focusing on the story and not maybe having the production. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Did I already say that? I don't know. Bye.